What's going on? Trentino here. I don't think I've ever done one of these before, but I'm gonna do a quick track breakdown of this remix I just put out last week. Um, Track is Corazon by Nelly Furtado featuring Bomba Estéreo. Um, yeah, basically I was just looking for something to do. I was looking for ideas to start on. I came across this acapella. Um, it was pretty cool. I came across a couple others that were all like 80, 90 BPM, and that's sort of hard to make into house music, but this one was like 110 or something. What is it? Around 112. So that's not too hard to speed up to house tempo. And that's what I'm doing. So yeah. Yeah, basically just started with this acapella. Also ended up pulling some little sections from the instrumental that you'll hear, but yeah, essentially just go through all the tracks. Basic house kick, Cashmere, of course, been using Cashmere samples forever. Kind of like an updated, more aggressive 909 kind of kick. Got this sub from Mr. Bill. He just put out this 99 racks set of Ableton racks. That's amazing. This is the sub plus ring mod noise. Basically a sub just distorted together with some noise. And then that pattern just comes from the original track, sort of doubling up the melody. We got some drums, a lot of Oliver samples. We got this little that's for the Latin flavor. Just one clap. I usually layer a lot of claps. This one I wanted to keep it more minimal. This is just a super attacky, like aggressive clap. Hi-hat on the offbeats, of course. Use that one all the time. Shout out excellent sound. Then also have a little sidechain group for the hi-hats. This is like the fast hats. They're on like the offbeat 16s to kind of layer with this. And then the ride, I almost always use a ride on this stuff. Yeah, quick note about the sidechain. I just started using this a couple weeks ago. Found this guy Baraska on YouTube. And basically he made this device that combines ring mod side chaining with traditional envelope shaping, all in one device. It's super easy to use. You can see exactly what's going on. So this blue is the volume, and then this white is the actual output. So we get the ring mod going. Watch his YouTube for a more in-depth explanation. The ring mod thing is kind of deep, and he explains it way better than I'll be able to. But basically, it's a slightly cleaner way of side chaining. But I've been really into it lately. Then we got a couple things in the chorus. I made the chorus kind of a breakdown, and the verse is kind of the drop. I didn't want to change the song structure. The song structure actually stays intact until the end, just to make it more playable for more mainstream situations, which is, let's be real, that's the kind of situations I'm usually playing into. So we're just keeping a lot of vocals on this one. Some clap loops from Cashmere, of course. All right, and then that's the drum group. If you want to, we'll just hear everything together real quick. And then on the drum bus, this is kind of a variation of stuff I've been using for a long time. Get a look at that. Pretty simple. Glue, a little OTT with time all the way up and only a little bit of amount. Transient shaper, multi-band mode, basically boosting the attack in the lows and decreasing the sustain. Same on the highs, and then in the mids, just increasing the attack. Kind of keeping that mid-range presence of the sustain, but cleaning up the low end and the high end. And then let me just move that. Fresh air, just boosting some top end. Really the drums in house music, most music, but especially the kind of stuff I make, the drums really handle that the very top end of the mix. So I want that to be strong. I boost that as much as I need to. And then a little clipper at the end. I love this GM audio thing because it's a Max for Live device. You can see exactly what's going on, and you can also solo so you can hear what's actually being clipped. So you kind of use that just to make sure you're just clipping those transients and not getting too much into the sustain of anything. Then, all right, next we got the melodics group. All I used in the verses were these pieces from the original. And this one. Oh. And here we have the vocals. All I did was I separated out the verse and the chorus because they did slightly different processing. I guess they ended up at the same level eventually, but yeah, used a little Nectar 4 auto level to level things out. I needed things more consistent because I knew I was going to push this mix hard, the mix and the master especially. Just needed to get it more consistent, cleaned up some the lows and some low mids in the vocal, and then a little glue. This is the verse.
Even when I'm down, I'm up. Don't turn it down, I'm turning up. Rakata rakata rum. Don't care when it closes, I'll leave when I'm done. All the girls with an ass with a curve, giving them things that they don't deserve. Rakata rakata rum. Don't wanna be under your thumb.
All right. And the chorus right here.
We lose control. It's how we are. Mi corazón no puedo parar. We lose control. It's how we are. Mi corazón.
And the effects, just all this really is a bunch of sweeps, and then these fills here. So a lot of cashmere stuff. These are from Barely Alive's sample pack, as are these. And all together, we get something like this.
Dropping the bass in the drum. Don't wanna feel under the gun. Rakata rakata rum. You can blame me like I'm dumb.
Quick look at the master too. Again, glue compressor, Gullfoss master, 2020. This just cleans things up a little bit, brightens things up just a touch. Ozone 11. This is mostly the master assistant. Added a couple things and probably turned off a couple things. I usually end up not using their EQ. It's always like a little too extreme for me. Usually kind of cuts my low end a lot, and I want a lot of low end. And then for the final limiting / clipping, whatever you want to call it, before the output, it's this GM audio clipper again. So I'm just taking a little bit extra off, and then I'm also pushing the output into Ableton's actual output. So just getting a couple extra dB there gives you a lot of volume, and we end up
dropping the bass in the drum. Don't wanna feel under the gun. Rakata rakata rum.
And then we're ending up around -5 LUFS. which is usually where I like to be at least for dance music. That's this breakdown. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you want to see more of these. Um, yeah, this is what I've been doing. I know you guys like to see me push buttons on the dicers or whatever, but I've spent way more time producing than I ever have practicing DJing. So I definitely want to share more of this stuff. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll see you guys soon. Peace.